In celebration of 100 years of UIL Texas high school football, the UIL and Dave Campbell's Texas Football have teamed up to honor the best, the brightest, and the most unforgettable icons and legends in the sport's illustrious history. With the help of some of the state's foremost experts and historians, the UIL and Dave Campbell's Texas Football honors 100 of the greatest players to ever suit up in Texas, 100 of the finest teams to ever grace the gridiron, and 100 of the most fabled rivalries that give the game its one-of-a-kind flair. Each week throughout the 2020 season, Dave Campbell's Texas Football announces 10 honorees on each list, an indelible honor to be known as one of the greatest in Texas high school football history. Fans will then have the opportunity to weigh in, voting for the player, team, and rivalry they think is the best of the best to be named to the UIL 100 Fans' Choice. It all leads up to a celebration as big as Texas, celebrating the UIL's 100 players, teams, and rivalries in the Fans' Choice Top 10 in each category at the UIL Texas High School Football State Championship Games at AT&T Stadium in Arlington this December. Let's start with the UIL 100 Years 100 Players list, where we've got 10 new entries in the UIL 100 Years 100 Players list, including Converse Judson running back Gerard Douglas, Odessa running back Byron Townsend, West Orange Shark defensive back Kevin Smith, Burnett wide receiver Jordan Shipley, Euless Trinity offensive lineman Mike Babb, Longview defensive back Bobby Taylor, Brazos Wood linebacker David Hodge, Odessa Permian wide receiver Roy Williams, Angleton linebacker Emmett Thomas, and San Antonio Brackenridge running back Warren McVeigh. Those are the new entries into the UIL 100 Years 100 Players list. You can vote for which player you believe deserves a spot on the Fans' Choice Top 10 at texasfootball.com/UIL100. Have fun voting on that, because that is ridiculous. I don't even know. I'll be honest. I don't even know who I would vote for if I was like, all right, I'm definitely voting for a San Antonio kid. It's like, man, Warren McVeigh and Gerard Douglas are like two of the all-time greats in San Antonio. It's amazing. Anyway.
Have fun.
On to the UIL 100 Years 100 Teams list. These teams, the newest members of the 100 Years 100 Teams, presented by our friends at HEB. 1980 Pittsburgh, 1998 Tenaha, 2011 Refugio, 1932 Corsicana, 1955 Stanford, 1988 South Lake Carroll, 1948 Monahans, 1967 Austin Reagan, 1996 Louisville, and 1967 Lufkin Dunbar. Vote for which team you believe deserves a spot in the UIL Fans' Choice Top 10 at texasfootball.com/UIL100. Here's one thing about the 1932 Corsicana team. I did a little bit of research on them because I wrote up the blurb on texasfootball.com/UIL100. This is the team that allowed 19 points in 13 games and had 3 ties. They had, I believe, 3 scoreless ties, including one against Paul Tyson's Waco High team and in the title game against Fort Worth Masonic Home.
So they ended the title game with a tie.
Yeah, it was, but
wow.
They ended up winning on penetrations. But
right.
Crazy.
That
1932
is crazy.
Corsicana was wild.
I always remember that Louisville won in 1996 because when I passed the Fighting Farmers water tower, it says it on the side of it.
Yeah, that's true. Finally, the UIL 100 Years 100 Rivalries list. These new rivalries are etched into the UIL 100 Years 100 Rivalries list, including Waxahachie and Ennis, Battle 287. Cameron and Rockdale, the Battle of the Bell. Plano and Plano East. LaPorte and Deer Park, the Border Battle. Weslaco East versus Weslaco, the Tanaco Bowl. San Antonio Fox Tech versus San Antonio Lanier, also known as the Chili Bowl. Karnes City versus Kennedy, Ozona versus Sonora, Longview versus Lufkin, and Houston Wheatley versus Houston Cashmere, the Lockwood Classic. Those are your new entries into the UIL 100 Years 100 Rivalries list. Vote for which rival you believe deserves a spot on the Fans' Choice Top 10 at texasfootball.com/UIL100.